Hey there, good morning. This is Bradley Charbonneau from Wide for the Win, and I just wanted to give a little tiny recap of Author Nation. It's been about 2 weeks, and the thing is, I'm still traveling and just haven't had a moment to give a quick recap. So here's this. Here's my title. Embrace the new, embrace the unknown. At least give it a chance, give it a shot, have a peek, see what it is. And my second subtitle would be, oh yeah, and meet those humans in person. There was a lot of talk about AI at the conference, and whether you're for it or against it or oblivious to it, it's coming. And I would suggest to at least give it a whirl. Go play with it a little bit, or at least try to have an open stance towards it. And how could it help you? And there was a lot of talk about it not, taking us over as authors, but rather helping us with especially the more mundane tasks, repetitive things that maybe AI could help with. However, that's not really what I wanted to talk about here. I wanted to talk about sort of the other extreme of AI and technology and computers and algorithms, and talk about the in-person effect that is irreplaceable. No matter how smart the AI bots get, nothing is a replacement for in-person interaction with other people. If you were there in Vegas, you know what I mean. Vegas, it is big. I live in the Netherlands, and I usually go to the European conferences, although I was in the States for a variety of reasons, so I came to Vegas as well. I haven't been here in years, and I go to the smaller conferences where, frankly, I have to say I prefer it because there's more like 200 people rather than 2,000, and it's easier to meet people. You see people over and over. You don't just have a 2-minute chat. I feel like it's like a wedding. And so, like a wedding, and when I say wedding, I mean you talk to, 20 people for 2 minutes each, and did you actually connect with anybody? So that is possible at a giant conference like this, that you meet 20 people and have 2 minutes, and yet, are you coming away with anything? Did you make an impression? Did you receive an impression? Is there anybody that stood out that you'd like to reach out to? So how can you make the 2,000-person conference more of a 200-person conference and make those personal connections? And I would say it takes some conscious effort and even some, and this is going to sound a little maybe contradictory, but strategic planning. So if there are people you'd like to meet, make a little plan about it and have some questions. And I know I might sound sort of formal, like, oh, I'm going to have an interview. Hi there, Mr. Johnson. I hear you wrote a book about tax law. On page 13, you mentioned, oh my God. So, no, how can you bring up something personal? Or maybe you do a little bit of research about the person, or maybe you already know them. You listen to their podcast, or you read their books, or you have a legitimate fan question. Great, just bring it up and say hi. And the takeaway I have from these from these writer conferences are that this industry we're in, this is okay. If you're listening to this, maybe you're probably a writer, because here we are we're on the Wide for the Win YouTube channel here, and I'm going to put this in the circle group. But it is such a collaborative, cooperative environment, and I don't know of other industries. I'm sure they exist, but I don't know of other industries that are so friendly and welcoming and help you up with an outstretched hand to help pull you up a step or give you a boost and just help out. And the $1 million author talks with the newbie author, and that's it's almost normal. So enjoy that, and frankly, and I'm back to I don't think there's much of a substitute for in-person conferences. So if you're concerned about the in-person conference, especially the 2,000-person type thing, find a small group. Go with your genre, or find a group of a meetup, and go meet with them. And maybe they're just having dinner together or just having a meetup. And even Wide for the Win, we met early on the Wednesday morning, and come say hi. And I just come say hi and introduce yourself. You can, if the board is all there again, we were almost all there this year. If they're all there next year, come say hi. You have a question, you have a chat. We can talk about cakes in a vending machine in Las Vegas. Anything. Just, we're a friendly bunch, and come say hi, and you'll hit it off with someone for some reason. There's the statistical chance of finding someone with something in common is pretty high. And if you do the kind of speed dating of 20 people in 2 minutes each, those chances are pretty good that of those 20 people, there's somebody that you're going to talk to for longer than 2 minutes, and make that connection. And frankly, this is why I go to these conferences. I learn some stuff from the talks, and I'll read, maybe I'll take a peek at the slides again or watch the videos or whatever, but it's mostly the human connections that are the reasons I go to these things. Because especially as an author life, a lot of our life, if we're writing books, and it's very solitary. And even the introverts out there, I'm a sort of a secret introvert, and I'm an outgoing extrovert on the one hand. Most people would label me an extrovert, that's for sure. But I'm secretly a homebody and like writing my books and hiding behind my headphones and writing away. And yet I know that the human interaction is the real secret to these conferences. So make an effort, get out of your comfort zone, come say hi, and see what happens, and give yourself a bit of a roadmap, a list. I literally had a list of people I wanted to meet, and I met them. Did I hit it off with every one of them? Of course not. But a couple of them, I made new connections, and then that person introduced me to that person, and it was all good. So that's it. Bradley Charbonneau again here for Wide for the Win with a post-Author Nation Las Vegas 2024 wrap-up. That's my takeaway, is embrace the new media that's coming, whether we all like it or not, as well as the human interaction and how there's no substitute for it, rather over an in-person meeting. So, right, hope that helped. See you next year, because I'll be in Vegas in 2025. See you there.